Hi guys, Dinner Lady here. Right, so it's another nice simple midweek meal today. I think Ian's already done a version on his channel and it's Chipotle turkey meatballs, and I'm going to do it with some linguine. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you the ingredients. Right, so it's dead simple. I have some lean turkey mince, that's the 7%. You could get the 7 or the 2. And I thought the 2 would probably be a little bit too dry by the time the meatballs are cooked through. So I've stuck with the 7. And I've got some chipotle paste here. I know Ian used flakes, I think he did. I've got an onion and a clove of garlic, which I'm going to pulse up in the food processor, just a little one. And I'm going to use half for the meatballs and half for the sauce. Also going to get some parsley into them as well. For the sauce, I've got a tub of passata. I have a stock cube there, and I'm going to put in 100 mils of hot water. So I want 100 mils of stock, and I've still got some red wine open in this little bottle. So if I've got 100 mils in there, I'm going to pop that in as well. And in here I have spaghetti and linguine. Now linguine is my favourite, so I think I'm going to be using that today. So the first thing to do is get on and make up the meatballs. Right, so I've just literally chopped the onion up into quarters. I've got the clove of garlic there as well. Like I say, I'm just going to use this mini processor just to blitz this up. Right, I'll get this blitzed up. So have a look, see how it's doing in there. Yeah, still a few big bits there. I'm just going to pulse this down until all them bits are gone. I'm sure you don't want to hear this going off all of the time. You can see, probably have to get my lights back out. Right, so while I'm doing this, I'm going to turn these off for a bit. Right, so that's all blitzed up. I put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of there, and I've blitzed it up. I'm going to put half of this into here and let that start sweating down nicely, and the other half will go into the meatball. So if you want to come across, and we'll have a look at that while these are sweating down nicely there. Right, so I've made up the 100 mils of stock, and I'm just going to make that up with some wine, if I can see. Yeah, a little tiny, in fact, you know what, only that left. Why not? It seems silly. So that's the stock and the red wine in there, and I'm just going to quickly roughly chop some parsley. It doesn't have to be mega fine. Got any really stalky bits, take it off, but if you can get the stalk pretty fine. It cooks down anyway in the meatball, so that'll do. So we could have our turkey mince here. Get rid of the meat nappy. There we go. Could have done with a bigger bowl, but hey ho, it's in there now. I'm not going to do any further washing off. I'm just going to get this into here. Just bulk that up just a little bit. Don't need that board anymore, so I didn't mind touching it with my hands like that. Quick squeeze. And the chipotle paste. This is much nicer stuff than just about a teaspoon and a half. Depending on how, you don't even have to put it in. If you don't want anything like that at all, want a little bit of pepper. About half of the teaspoon, and about 3/4 of the teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put a little bit in the sauce as well, I've decided, and just get this all mixed in. Oh, I want to get half of the onion and garlic as well, don't we? There we go. I just find if you blitz this up, I mean, if you haven't got a food processor or a mini one, just grate the onion. I just find it goes better into the meat, and you don't get to the end with big chunks of onion in that hasn't cooked down properly. Anybody that's watched the channel for a while will know I can't stand crunchy onions. So you either have to cook it long and slow, or I just whiz them up. Right, so I think that's doing okay for me. What we'll do is I'll wash up a little bit and we'll get on with doing the meatballs. Right, so them onions have come down really nicely now. Just going to get some more of this chipotle paste. It's not really that hot, this. It's more of like a smoky. So it's about two teaspoons. Smell that as soon as it comes on. I didn't open the starter, so I should do that now. It's not going to be any harm just sat there. Missy's at my feet because it's 6 o'clock, just finished work, and it's her tea time. So she'll be here wanting some food. So as soon as I finish doing this sauce, I'll give her some food and then we'll carry on with the meatballs. Right, so that's the passata all in. I always cut the whole top off so you can get yourself in there. Get it all out. There we go. I'm just going to turn it up just slightly. I'm going to bring it up to a simmer. And we will get the beef stock and red wine in there. Right, and as soon as this comes up to a simmer, I'll turn that down and just let that cook. Right, so we'll be back to you shortly, guys. So what I've done is I've put that on the back burner there just to let that tickle along just for a little bit. I'm going to bring you around a second. I've got a big frying pan here and just going to use wet hands. It's easier, it doesn't actually stick to your hands so much. And then just get that on. And get them in there. I haven't got it on high yet, just while I'm putting them in. Don't want some to start burning and others not. Doesn't matter after they're not all the same size or anything like that. It's just the tea. It's just your evening meal, that's all. Right, so also what I wanted to have a chat with you about is it's coming up to Christmas. Now, I've been asked by a friend of mine to do like a Christmas playlist thing, to do maybe, you know, stuffing balls, pigs in blankets, stuff like that, just so you can prepare them all for Christmas. But that's one person that's asked us, so I'm just going to put it out there, and if you want to leave it in the comments if it's something that you'd want to watch. Maybe thinking about doing it maybe once, twice a week, just as a little extra. It wouldn't be, we'll still have to cook tea, you know, so there'd still be ordinary cooking on there. It would just be a separate playlist, but it's only if the majority would like that. So that's completely up to you guys. If there's not much call for it, then I won't bother. But if it's something... Now, somebody has also asked us for mince pies and Christmas cake. Now, to be honest, there's only Ian and a friend who comes round at Christmas who actually likes that, so I don't think I'll be making a Christmas cake. I might do one for next year. Plus, you need to feed a Christmas cake, and I think I've left it a bit too long for that. But if there's anything else, you know, you'd like to see, just let us know. I'm only waffling now, you know, because my hands are covered in meat. The camera would be covered in meat if I tried to turn it off now. So I think I'm on to my last one. Yeah. So, get rid of that. Rinse my hands down a little bit. Right, so I'm going to turn these up and get a nice crust on them. And this is still going nicely. And then once I've got a nice crust on them, we'll put it in with the sauce. And continue the cooking on them in there. But I do want to get a little bit of colour on them. Even though it's 7%, you can still see the water coming out of it, like all the meat that you seem to get. Ian did something with chicken the other day, and you literally had to drain the water out. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm just going to get a crust on these, and then I'll come back. Right, so I'm just going to turn that off because it's noisy. I just had that on while I was browning off the meatballs. The one thing I haven't put into the sauce is any salt and pepper. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt in there. And like the same amount of pepper. You put in what you like. I'm going to have a tiny little taste of that before I put the meatballs in. It needs a little bit more salt. Try that. Now I'm not going to double dip, so get off your keyboards. Yeah, that's definitely better. So I've browned off the meatballs. These are just going to all pop straight into here now. I mean, sometimes I like doing them as little meatballs, like little tiny little things like that. But I'm just going to pop these in. Nice. All that caramelisation will go into the sauce as well. So I'll just make it taste even nicer. Right. Oh, sorry about that. It's a horrible noise, that. Just going to get them all nicely covered in the sauce. I'm going to keep it turned on low, and I'm going to let that go for at least half an hour. I mean, it's what, 6:15 now. So it's, Ian's not in till about 7:30, so we've got plenty of time. So for at least half an hour, I'm just going to let that blip away, and then all you have to do after that is cook some linguine, and that's it. It's your tea done. So we'll see you in about 30 minutes when we check it up. Well, that's been 30 minutes, and as you can see, it's cooked right down now. So what I'm going to do is, because this is my highest hob, I'm going to pop that over to that side, which is the lowest, and I'm just going to keep that gently ticking over. I've put, I was going to put 150 grams because that's 75 grams of pasta per person, but there wasn't quite enough. So what I've done is I've just put the rest of the linguine in there, and I have just boiled a kettle. So I'm going to pour that in nicely. Got to have a lot of water when you do pasta. And get a bit of salt. Good couple of teaspoons. What I've decided to do, because there's quite a bit of sauce left on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this until it's just about done, and then I'm going to finish it off with that pasta, in the sauce. So I'm just going to turn this up, get it back up to the boil again. Looking forward to this. This is one of our nicest teas as well. Now I did remember, once I was sat down waiting for this to take over, I still got some Parmesan rinds in the freezer. I could have put that in with the sauce, but you know, with the putting the chipotle paste and everything in there, maybe it wouldn't have come through and it might have just been a waste of one. But I don't know, so that's all on me. But I have checked the meatballs. I checked one of the biggest ones, and they are cooked. So I'm going to do this. It says on the packet between 9 and 11 minutes. I'm going to do it for about 7, and then I'm going to finish it off in there, and that'll just the linguine will just soak up some of that pasta sauce. So we'll see you in about 7 minutes. Right, so the pasta's now had 7 minutes, and I'm literally just going to take it from there and put it straight in. All of it, even a little bit of the pasta water, just thicken it up. It's got a bit of starch in there, so put some little bits. That was in the bottom of the packet. Make sure it's all in there. Right, that's that all done. Get rid of that. And let's just mix this up nicely. You see, that was only done for 7 minutes. So I'm going to keep the heat on low in here and finish off the cooking in the sauce, so it'll absorb some of this lovely sauce. Right, so it's all combined. So about 2 or 3 minutes, just finishing that pasta off in the sauce, and then it'll be all ready. Right, so I've let that sit for a little while, and it's absorbed all of that that sauce. Looks amazing. So I'm literally just going to put some in a bowl. Not a very nice sound, that, is it? And a couple of meatballs. There's already a couple in there, so I'm just going to move that to one side. Get rid of that board. Put a bit of parmesan on.
Parmigiano.
And so there we go. That is the chipotle meatballs. So it's now
Taste testing time.
We'll see you in 2 seconds.
And guys, triple T time for Benny Boy. Weapon of choice, a fork today.
He's got his apron on.
I've also got my apron on because after the other day with me with a white shirt, it always happens. So I'm playing it safe. Away we go. Right, so let's dig in. I'm going to try one of these meatballs first. Get stuck into one of them. Look at that beauty. That's a spicy meatball. Lovely and juicy and moist in the middle. Meaty, taste the herbs and stuff in it.
I used the chipotle paste rather than the flakes like what you did.
Oh, that's lovely. I forgot I did this a while back, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think it was when we first started.
Isn't
Isn't it? But yeah.
But it is one of our favourites though, isn't it?
Oh,
and it's so easy when I finish work at 6 o'clock.
Oh, that's it. It's a quick and easy meal, isn't it? Spaghetti.
Linguine.
Linguine. Oh yeah. You can tell it's a bit thicker. That's really, really nice. Nice little tingle. Not too much. We could probably handle more, but there's a nice little, like it's just building up now, a nice little bit of background heat. Really nice. I'm trying to get this without getting, I'm failing miserably. Without getting too much on my fork. Making hard work of that.
You saved the shade.
No spillage. It's a winner.
Yet.
Yeah. Yeah, wait till I get sat down.
Yeah.
But yes, that's a really, really nice dish. Nice bit of heat. Just watch where you like. Meatballs are lovely and juicy and tender. Absolutely spot on. A definite winner. Give it a go. So, my turn tomorrow. What day is it today? Tuesday, is it Monday?
Monday.
Do you know what it is? I'm losing track of days. It's in the beginning of the week. So my turn tomorrow. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Keep them coming. Keep the recipe ideas coming. We love trying different things. Even if it's something a little bit off left or off right, whatever. Just give some recipes and if we can, we'll do them.
And don't forget what I said about the Christmas playlist.
Yes.
If there's something that you fancy,
yeah,
both of us, well, not
yes.
just on my channel.
Yes.
You know, we can do that for you.
Yeah, we can have a go. I'm quite looking forward to it because I've actually got Christmas week off.
Yeah, you have, haven't you?
So I can do all sorts. But the trouble being is, with it being like me going trying to cut a bit of, I'm gonna have to try and make it a little bit.
We'll just have to go off for that.
Or maybe so. I'll give.
Just a couple of days.
I'll have one little bit and then give it away. Take it to work. I'll have to leave it. So anyway, yes, I'm waffling on. So we will catch you guys very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. And yeah, we'll see you later.
Thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.